Welcome back to my channel, you guys. I'm here with Ed and Daniel from
Carnivore Vitality.
Carnivore Vitality. I'll link their channel below. I wanted to ask them some questions here today, and I'm excited to get to know them a little bit better. So you guys, how old are y'all? Because I know y'all are young.
Yeah, I'm 19.
You're
Yeah,
nine
and I'm 18, 2019 soon.
and eight. Okay, so how did y'all come across carnivore? Because I was looking at y'all's ages, and I get that was a while back. I'm 27. So whenever I was looking, I could not find anyone in the younger age group carnivore.
Mm.
Yeah, we found Carnivore pretty young, 18 years old. Um, it was more so actually Ed's dad. Ed's dad, um, he had a few health issues, nothing major, and he really wanted to improve his health. And his dad has been in the carnivore diet for around 9 months, and he was seeing all these crazy benefits. And my health was also starting to deteriorate a little bit. Had a few issues that doctors would just give me pills for, and I wasn't really happy with that. And yeah, I was looking for help, and I didn't really know where to look. And then Ed's dad sort of sparked an idea in me, and I searched it up on YouTube, Google, Reddit. I found
That's
so
awesome.
much, so much evidence of or anecdotal evidence of just crazy transformations. So I guess I just gave it a shot out of desperation. And Ed, do you want to sort of continue on?
Yeah. So I've kind of started carnivore after doing a bit of
Hmm.
low carb diet. So yeah, I didn't really have any health issues. I didn't have anything major really. But there was one thing that I noticed that I just didn't like about my life, which was that I just always felt really tired after lunchtime. So when I was at work, started, working, I'd have a decently sized lunch and then I just feel so tired afterwards, and my productivity absolutely dropped so badly. And most people just kind of cop this, and that's just how life is for them. But I just wanted to try something else. I wanted to try to be able to beat that and be able to work throughout the whole day. So yeah, I heard that low carb helps a lot. So I gave that a go, gave keto a bit of a go. Keto was good, but I just found that a lot of my cravings were still there. I think just because the diet it isn't as simple as like a carnivore diet, I was just finding myself deviating a lot and still eating a lot of junk food and things like that. And it just kept me on edge kind of, and I could just break that and just binge eat like crazy.
Right.
Um, and then also my dad was talking about carnivore. I was having this plethora of benefits, and I was like may as well just give it a shot. If it seems this amazing, I think it's worth giving it a shot. Gave it a shot like 3 months ago, and the benefits have been crazy. I think it is similar to keto's in between, the regular standard American diet, go to
Hmm.
keto, and then carnivore is like on that next level. So I was like, may as well give it a
Yeah.
shot, and then it worked out, and now,
And
loving
there's
it. So
like two different levels of keto too. You have the people who do like all the keto bars and keto
yeah,
friendly foods, and then you have people
yeah,
who do the clean keto, which is like meat and
Yeah.
veggies kind of thing. So
yeah.
I've done both of those things before. There's definitely a huge difference. So you guys did not start together. Like your dad
Well,
Uh,
started first and then
I maybe started around 2 weeks before him, maybe
yeah,
like
yeah.
so
2 weeks.
close enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's awesome because I was looking so hard for like people my age online. I think
Mm,
that I didn't, even whenever I was looking for ways to be healthy, I didn't go towards like older people online. So I was looking at the younger people, and that's like vegan. And so, have
mm.
y'all tried other things? I've watched a lot of your videos, so I kind of already know.
Oh wow.
But
Oh,
for
cool.
the viewers, did y'all try other things first? I know you said keto. Was there anything else y'all tried?
So I tried whole foods, a lot of whole food diet, so trying to cut out junk food. That was relatively successful, but I was still getting a lot of that brain fog and crashing throughout the afternoon. Um, and then yeah, other than that, kind of keto diet. Uh, so yeah, not really too much else. I think I might have done stints where I tried to reduce my meat intake, but I just loved meat so much that I just couldn't do it for any longer. So yeah, not really too much.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and for me, I don't know. I had my mental health was always pretty bad or eating crap food, so I never specifically went out and I'm gonna try vegan or I'm gonna try keto. Because I don't really think nutrition played that much of a role in how I felt and my body. So I was always looking, oh, maybe this hack to fix it, cold showers or exercise or something. I didn't really look at nutrition, but I always knew that junk food was bad for me. So I'd always try and, cut down the sugars and the ice creams and the junk food, but I just could never do it. My body was just drawn to it. I could not give up the temptation. And now it's literally, I haven't cheated in, except for like one time, which is a special occasion, in probably like 3 weeks to a month. And it's so easy to not cheat in the diet when you just don't have the cravings and the meat just keeps you so satiated and full. And yeah, it's amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah, the keep a balanced diet kind of notion is
Yeah,
really,
that is
really tricky to actually put into practice. For me, I find if I see a packet of Oreos, I always use this example because it's just a story of my life pretty much. So I'd come home from school and try to have one or two Oreos, just trying to beat the sweet craving or whatever. But our bodies aren't designed to work like that. If we see a super sweet packet of Oreos, our bodies just want to eat it all. And
Mm.
because your body releases no satiety signals from eating Oreos, it's just going to get you to keep eating and eating and eating. And yeah,
100%. I'm like that too. I kind of have like almost a binge background. So no, I cannot just eat 2 Oreos. That's ridiculous.
yeah,
It's
the
insane. I know
serving
people who
size.
can, not me.
Yeah, there's a few people, but I think a lot of the population, it's just no, it's impossible.
So you found carnivore, you decided to start it. Like, what are your main carnivore foods? Like, you're probably going to eat it every day, maybe. Like, what are your favorite
I'll,
carnivore foods?
I'll start first. So, I mean, there's taste and then there's just what I go for every day. But personally, I just stick to heaps of beef.
Mhm.
So I like steak, grass-fed ground beef. That's sort of my go-to. I just make nice little patties that are juicy, cooked in butter. I don't mind a little bit of salmon, but I'm aware of, some of the heavy metals and toxicity that some people say. So I have maybe once a week salmon, twice a week. So standard days probably beef, maybe 60% beef, 20% lamb, and then like 10% eggs, 10% bacon.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably like that. What about you, Ed?
Yeah, I pretty much eat everything that's carnivore. So breakfast, bacon and eggs or steak and eggs. I love steak. It's my favorite food and it was before
Yep.
carnivore as well. So it's just so awesome. So yeah, probably a steak once a day, hopefully if we have it kind of in stock in our house. And then eggs. Eggs are okay. I think it's just a good way to just get food down. Um, and then yeah, bacon. I love bacon so much. Also, just dairy is so good, like cheese, butter, cream. I've been eating a lot of cream recently. Like I've I literally am eating straight cream and I'm not getting fat. That just
Crazy.
I
blows
know
my
it's
mind.
that's insane.
Yeah, if you told me that, I don't know, a year ago, I'd tell you you're an idiot. Um, I used to always turn the back of the ice cream container, look at the ingredients. If I saw it was cream, I was like, oh no, there's cream in it. You know, it's so high in saturated fat and so high in
Look at the
fat.
low fat options, but now
Yeah.
we're just
Yeah,
going
yeah.
fat.
There's so many calories in it. It's gonna make me fat, but I'm literally pouring in like half a thing of cream, which is probably like, I don't know, it depends on how big it is, but about 500, 600 calories,
Mhm.
whisk it up, get it whipped up, and just eat it watching the NFL highlights. You know, it's just, yeah,
Easy peasy.
I love dairy.
So speaking of like calories, do y'all count? I know one of you is trying to bulk and the other one was weight loss, right? So y'all probably do things a little bit differently. So how do y'all do that? Do you track?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so uh, um,
yeah, I don't track my calories.
Okay.
Um, I made a video, the full day of eating video, and I am, kind of trying to bulk, but I'm not really gaining any body fat really. Um, I'm trying to, I'm just trying to build a bit more muscle. So, doing a lot more, kind of exercise and stuff like that, which has been awesome. But yeah, I don't need to track my calories. Like, I never really have. I feel like if you're eating healthy food, um, that gives you the right satiety signals that tells you when you've had enough. I think I don't need to track my calories, and I don't recommend tracking your calories or anything. I think it just adds a lot of stress and
Yeah.
not worth it.
Yeah. And because I'm coming from more of a fat loss perspective, and usually when you think fat loss, you think, oh, track the calories, get, maybe 200 deficit below your maintenance. But with me, I've lost 24 kilos in 3 months, and I have not tracked a single calorie, not one single calorie, because I think honestly, tracking calories is, I think no one should do it, but I think the only case when maybe you should do it, so maybe on a carnivore, just to sort of know roughly how many calories at first, just to get sort of idea. And also on the standard American diet, I think people actually might need to track their calories because they're eating so much crap food that their body can't give them the hormones in their body, like the leptin and stuff, can't give them the satiety signals to actually tell them when to stop eating. So they need to actually restrict how much they're eating. But on the carnivore diet, if you've ever eaten a steak, if you're eating it, you just can't have more of it. Your body is just rejecting it after a certain amount. It
Right.
tastes nice at first, and then it's just you just full. You just can't eat it.
I think you're like, I'm done. That's
Yeah.
enough for today. So y'all
Another-
worry about like grass fed, grass finished, or do you just kind of buy whatever you can?
I mean, I don't really, when it comes to grass-fed and grass-finished, I don't really place a huge emphasis. I'm really young. I don't have very much money at all, so it is a decent amount more expensive where we're from, and to get the same amount of fat content in the beef is a lot more expensive for the
Right.
grass finished.
Hmm.
At the moment, I'm eating grain finished beef, pretty much the cheapest that we can find in Australia. But maybe in the future, I might, go towards grass finished, but at the moment, just grain.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Another
with me because
point-
I'm actually
Sorry, you go.
yeah, with me because I'm actually not eating as much as Ed, so it's not as expensive. And I'm trying to heal just from a few little things. I can sort of afford to do grass fed, and I find it has a bit more benefits, maybe like 10-20% more benefits. I just feel better. It tastes a bit better. So yeah, because I'm only eating maybe 400 grams of beef a day and a few eggs and maybe some bacon, then I can afford to, have it grass fed because it's not gonna, yeah.
Right. No, I think that's great. So do you eat 2 meals a day, 3 meals a day? Do you listen to your body, like intuitive eating?
I mean, intuitive eating, I don't always agree with that, especially with a sad diet. Like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh, I'm not going to eat today.
Horrible. Horrible.
But honestly, it changes every single day. Some days I feel really hungry and I eat,
true.
maybe 5 meals a day. And it depends on the size of the meals. I don't really plan it too much. It's just when I'm feeling hungry, I think about the day that I have. And if I'm going to be out for like 10 hours, I might pack myself some food. But sometimes I'm like, oh, I can't really be bothered packing some food. And I know that I can last if I have a big meal before. I find that when you're on carnivore, it's so much easier to be on a longer fast. So I find that intermittent fasting is just easier. I think it could be the ketogenic effect because you're kind of using fat for energy. I think that could have something to do with it. And without insulin spikes and things like that, it kind of regulates your hormones to be in a more natural state. Because when looking at our ancestors, they might have only eaten one time a day,
Right.
Eating on a more carnivorous diet. So yeah, seriously, some days it's one or two meals. Some days it's like 5 or 6, just whatever my body feels like. And however the day goes.
Yeah. So it's like 1 p.m. right now, and I haven't even eaten a single thing today, and I'm just pretty full because I had dinner last night. I'll probably eat maybe in around another 2 hours. So it's usually 1 to 2 meals a day, maybe one big meal. Then if I'm really hungry at nighttime, I'll boil up 2 eggs or something, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's quite.
Do y'all use seasonings and sauces on your foods, or just like beef, like just salt?
Not sauces, definitely not sauces. However, there has been some times while I've been on carnivore where I have incorporated some seasoning. I don't do it every day. Maybe like once a week or twice a week. There's a time where someone has cooked something else, or I'm at an event or something, and there's meat. It's seasoned. I'll probably still eat it, as long as there's not any like lots of batter or super heavy sauces on it. I'll probably,
Right.
if it's just seasoned with low carb seasonings, I'll probably go for it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, same for me. It's just salt, and then same if I'm out of special occasion. If there's a big steak and it's got a touch of pepper on it, I'm not going to pass it up.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm guessing fruits and veggies are a no-go, or do you have them now and then, like if you're out?
I'd say 99% no.
Yeah.
I think there is that tiny little bit of, you can play around with it a tiny little bit.
Only
I just
fruit though.
find, oh yeah, not vegetables.
Not vegetables. That's just 100% no.
So
Yeah.
fruits, play around with fruits.
Well, I don't have any, but
Very minimally. Oh yeah, you say, Daniel?
I have zero fruit because I don't know. I just know the harmful effects of sugar and fructose. I don't have any fruit right now, but sometimes I've caught Ed maybe having like one little like berry maybe every few weeks or something, but he doesn't. In
Yeah.
99% of the time, he doesn't have any fruit though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
My kids eat some fruit now and then. It's like they're young, and I'm like, go ahead, have like 10 grapes. So if I'm giving them some, I might plop a couple in my mouth, but I really don't. I'm not a fruit person, so I get that.
Yeah, I think one example I had was last week. I had some oranges, so I was playing like a rugby game, and it's half time,
Hmm.
and there's these cold oranges there, and it's just like one or two pieces of orange just to kind of refresh you a little bit. I'm not ultra strict like that, like 100% strict. I think I might go on 100% strict. I think it'll be interesting for people to see the changes.
Right.
But at this point in time, a piece of fruit here and there, I don't think it's too damaging. But fruit, I feel like can be, if you eat like a decent amount of fruit, I think it can be a little bit damaging and kind of reopen some of those pathways into
That's what it does for me.
binge eating.
It could be a bit of a slippery slope, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, once you get that sweet taste, you kind of look at other sweet food a little bit differently, maybe.
Yeah.
Um,
So
so
as
yeah,
far as what you drink, what do you just drink water, milk? I know y'all did the interview with Carnivore Camaraderie, and he was like, I haven't had
oh yeah,
water in like 3 weeks. And I was like,
that was
what? I mean,
that
awesome.
was
But I'm
crazy.
curious, like
Yeah,
based
yeah,
on
we don't
y'all's
drink.
reactions, I feel like y'all drink water.
We don't drink
Yes,
any water.
we drink water.
We drink water, yeah.
Yeah. So just water.
Well, Ed has
No,
milk,
yeah,
a
I have
bit
milk.
Water and milk.
I have milk.
raw milk.
It's pretty hard to get true raw milk in Australia. It's actually illegal to sell.
It's
So the
illegal in
only
my state too.
is it? Wow.
We have to cross over into another state to get raw milk.
Do
Or
you
Wow.
do
actually,
that?
I think they have like this cheat where they sell it as like for pets, but you can buy it for
Yeah,
yourself that way, but it's like labeled for pets.
Would you
yeah.
have
We have the
Hmm?
Cleopatra bath milk. It's
Yeah.
bath milk that people buy, and I
Yeah.
haven't tried it yet.
So milk and water.
Yeah, the milk though I have, it is better than regular milk, just regular pasteurized, homogenized. I have pasteurized and unhomogenized, and sometimes I buy this one which is pasteurized but using low temperatures rather than a high temperature. It's like cold pressed.
Hmm.
So that they call it raw milk, but obviously it's still pasteurized
Yeah.
in a different way. And yeah, I might cut it out in the future because that, you know, having pasteurized milk is definitely not ideal. I'd
Right.
love to have true raw dairy. So if I cut it out, I think I would, yeah, love to see the difference, but I just love milk so much right now. So
Yeah.
I don't
It
know.
helps you
I
with the
got,
weight gain, Ed. Like it helps you put on more size as well, don't you reckon, milk?
yes.
Yeah, a lot of calories.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a huge difference, like pasteurized milk. Like I'll drink it maybe, but like if I've got raw milk, I will chug the mess out of milk. Like there's such a big difference in the flavor and just like it's almost like, which I totally get him saying like he will just drink milk because it's like I'll chug it like it's water if it's raw.
Yeah.
If it's pasteurized, it's just not the same. It's like a few sips, meh, I'm good. Raw milk, chugging it.
Is that the taste, or is it you just thinking
I
about the
don't know.
nutrition?
It's just like I really don't know what it is. It's just a
I,
huge difference for me. It's got like the fat, and you gotta like shake it
Mm,
up and stuff like
yeah.
that. 'Cause yeah, it settles. I don't know. There's a big difference.
Probably also
Mm.
like subconscious, you know, it's really good for you and there's so many nutrients, so you just want to get it down you.
Yeah. So I'm asked a lot, and this is mostly by women. So I'm not sure that men care about this at all. But for your female audience, how is it whenever you're eating socially? Do you just let people think you're crazy, or do you feel like, oh, in this situation, I'll eat this, or do you just not care?
Personally, I think it's kind of funny eating carnivore in a social situation. I
Mm.
love to talk about the carnivore diet. I think it's just so fun trying to debate people about nutrition and stuff like that. Obviously, in like a friendly way, just joking around.
Yes, we have some
Um,
good debates.
so yeah, I genuinely in the social. There's a lot of times where I'm like out eating, and I might bring my own container, which has just a big juicy steak in it. And just eating it,
Mm.
whatever. But yeah, I don't really care. Like I know it's true.
Yeah,
It's a little quirky, kind of funny thing. I never feel pressured or anything
yeah, good.
to eat non-carnivore. No pressure
You
there.
don't care how crazy the waiters and waitresses might think you are.
I mean, there's been situations where I've tried to order carnivore and then they're just completely baffled and they just have
Yep.
no idea what to do. And then they mess up your order. And then sometimes it is a bit of a headache, like
Mm.
going to a restaurant and trying to do it. But I feel like if you're with some of your friends that know that you're carnivore, like I've got a lot of my friends who have actually started eating a lot more animal-based food, so they're kind of happy to go to those
Yeah.
to those places. So I don't know. I think it's worth it, so let's do it.
Yeah, with me, if I'm from an Italian background, so say if I'm out with family, they'll have huge plates of pasta or massive pizza. And usually there's not really like they have some meat options, but if it's just we're going to a restaurant and pasta or something, then I'll honestly probably just sit out. I probably just unless it's like a once a year super special occasion, I might have the pasta, but I've done it before and I just feel so terrible. It's not even worth it. Like it's not even enjoyment at that point. You just feel
Right.
so
Yeah.
terrible after. So yeah, I'd rather just sit out and fast.
Yeah. So do you guys ever cheat? I know you've kind of already mentioned, but like desserts, say it's your birthday or it's a holiday and you're going to be with your families, are you going to have some sweets, or is it just like no, never carnivore?
Do you want to start it or
Yeah, I'll start. I'll have to say in the 3 months, I think I've probably cheated. I could probably count it on my hands.
Hmm.
So I have cheated. But every single time I cheat, this is the one thing. Every single time I cheat, it makes me realize that it's so not worth it and that what
Yeah.
I'm on right now is so good. I find like I'm pretty young and I feel like my body can recover decently fast from eating a lot of these horrible foods. So it might knock me out, but still even that, it's just you can feel the effects so drastically on you. Um, and every time I do cheat, it's not like a full binge. I'm eating rice, I just eating a bunch of pasta. I completely give up. it's not really like that. It's might be having just a bit of my favorite food. And I feel like I have that self-control now being on the carnivore diet. I've kind of mended my relationship with food more,
Right.
that I can see my favorite food, one of my favorite food, well, my favorite food is steak, but some of the other favorite foods,
Yeah.
and have a smaller portion and kind of be fine. But yeah, I've probably only cheated a few times. I cheated on my birthday when I turned 19. Can't really remember cheating that much other than like a few pieces of fruit here and there since then. So yeah.
Yeah, when I was first starting the carnivore diet, I wasn't actually aware of the effects of cheating. And I was coming from I was in a very bad space. I was ordering heaps of junk food every day. And so I was like, oh, I'm mainly doing this carnivore diet. And when I would go to social events with family or someone's birthday and there was heaps of pasta at the start, I'd sort of give in to the social pressure and be like, oh, what's one plate of pasta gonna do? Reward myself or whatever. And then literally within 30 minutes to an hour, I just want to fall asleep. Depression comes back in full force. Everything just comes back, and I just feel so terrible. And yeah, just slowly by cheating, I haven't cheated much, but when I did cheat, it's just reminded me, wow, like I'm not cheating again, and just that reassurance, that positive, that feedback loop that your body gives you. Now I just don't cheat, like regardless.
Yeah.
Your
That's
body's
good.
like mended, and it can recognize that the food is very harmful to your body.
Yeah,
So then it can tell you, okay, don't eat this food again. But in the
so
past, you wouldn't be able to discern that in your mind.
yeah. I made a video on this.
Yeah.
It was like that. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it. I like binged all your videos because like I gotta know about these guys, gotta support these guys.
Thanks.
So since you've started carnivore, what are like the biggest changes that you've had?
Biggest changes in my sorry, I hate plugging my videos, but in my recent video that I just
Plug them
posted,
all.
the truth about the carnivore diet, my 3-month results, I kind of go into some of these.
Mhm.
Probably the best ones would be relationship with food. I find that I kind of already mentioned this, but I can I can look junk food in the eye now and be like, no, I'm not going to eat you. But
Yeah, 100.
and if I was feeling like at a social event or feeling kind of bored or I don't know, wasn't really comfortable in the situation or whatever, I feel like a lot of the time I just go to food and just eat a lot of it and um, just constantly just be eating, constantly have my mouth filled with food. But now I feel like I can look junk food in the eye and I can be like, no, I don't need to eat you. Um, you know, I can just be in the moment and enjoy it. And probably another thing is sleep. I might, yeah, maybe on this as well. But my sleep has dramatically improved since going on carnivore. And that just impacts your life so much because if you can't fall asleep quickly or you can't have a deep sleep, it's just going to impact your energy levels throughout the whole day.
Yeah.
And it's so vitally important. And I think that the reason it helps you sleep is because of the reduced anxiety that you can feel on carnivore. There's less inflammation. I find that I used to go to sleep and kind of think about what I had for future days, and it would be kind of playing with me a little bit. But now I feel a lot less anxious, and I'm able to fall asleep faster and get a deeper sleep. And I could have cured my snoring. I'm not really too sure because I sleep in my room alone. But my dad fixed his snoring according to my mum. So yeah, yeah, probably those ones.
That's awesome.
Yeah, for me, it's like I made a video on this. It literally saved my life. Like I was so down bad, and it's just in every single metric of human health, it has just increased it tenfold in every single metric, whether it's skin, whether it's not getting sunburnt, whether it's mental clarity, whether it's losing weight, whether it's relationship with food, whether it's relationships, whether it's just every single metric
Yeah.
has improved. And especially the thing Ed was talking about, relation with food. I had social events or things I'd always view food as a comfort source and as a pleasure. And now it's shifted it, and food is actually nutrition. It's not pleasure. I want to get pleasure from other things in my life, that is not food, because food is not designed to be pleasure. It's designed to be nutrition. So
Right.
yeah, just I can't even like begin to describe the amount of benefits. It's just been crazy. If I talk about it, we'll be here all day. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so to wrap it up, have either of you experienced negatives to the carnivore diet? Because this is what I always wait for people to talk about, and you never hear negatives. So I'm curious, have y'all had any negatives other than maybe fat adapting in the beginning because that's not fun, but outside of that,
Yeah. I mean, there's the obvious one of that it can be kind of more expensive and it requires more planning out with your day. So you would have to bring things along if you know that you can't be eating certain things.
right?
And yeah, it can be a little bit awkward in some situations, like if you're at a conference and you're trying to only eat, meat or animal-based products, it can be sometimes a bit tricky in that regard. Anything else, Daniel, about negative effects?
Except for
I
the
haven't
start.
really thought about it that much.
Except for the start, maybe a bit of maybe diarrhea problems for the first few weeks or something. But really, like even what Ed said, I wouldn't even call that a negative. It's just everyone is just eating crap food, and when you start to eat real food, it's just they all get a shock. Like maybe you lose some
Yeah,
friends, but is that really a negative, losing friends? Like it's just you want to lose those people who aren't really good for you. You want to have your true valued friend. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I think that's awesome. I always warn people about the carnivore poo because everybody gets it. Cracks me up when you go on Facebook, like carnivore pages, and everybody's asking, like, "Am I okay?" Because I was one of those people, and I'm like, this is like the problem that joint like we're all together in this. We've all had it. We've all gone through it. It's okay. All right, that was awesome. If you guys would tell people where to find your channel, where your social medias are, I'll also link them below. I just knocked my ZVI. I don't drink just water, by the way. Don't judge me. Anyway, so yeah, where can we find you guys?
Yeah, so you can find us on Instagram and YouTube at Carnivore Vitality. So that's Carnivore Vitality. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. So yeah.
Thank you guys for this interview and for meeting with me. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
thank you for having us. It was awesome.
Thanks
Yeah.
so much for having us. Yeah.
If you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you for watching. I just want to give another big shout out to Ed and Daniel. Please go find them, go subscribe to their YouTube channel, look them up on Instagram. They're new. You can easily just binge all of their videos like I did. They've got some great information and insight. I'm really proud of them, of their changes and their willingness to get the word out there and help other people. So please go subscribe to them. They're really awesome. And thank you for watching.